So what is the Conservative Party's stance when it comes to the environment? Are they really Hexus from Fern Gully? Or the evil corporation from the Avatar movies? Or is the criticism overblown? This is part 8 of a video series where I go through the Conservative Policy Declaration, their official 58-page document outlining what their party stands for. So here it is, let's talk about the environment. Well, first, the good news is they actually have an environmental section in this. That's all I can say. It basically says to have a strong economy, Canada must have an achievable environmental policy. Section 69 here, Clean Air and Smog Reduction, says that they support emission caps to reduce smog-causing pollutants. Unfortunately, Part 34 under carbon tax says that they don't support any taxes or caps. It's like Schrodinger's environmental policy. It exists, but it doesn't. They also had this really sneaky part they snuck in right here, where they say that the Conservative Party favors eliminating subsidies for profit businesses to the greatest extent possible. This might sound like a great idea until you understand that conservatives have never considered tax breaks or paying oil companies to clean up their mess as a subsidy. They think the only subsidy that counts is free money in the form of a grant. So what this section actually says is they don't want the government to supply any new renewable companies with grants or money to help them get started, but it's okay to continue to give tax breaks to oil companies. Part 42 here is also concerning. Pause to read. The Conservative Party supports the establishment of a single authority to review all science projects and inform the government on it. This person will be appointed by Parliament. So basically, if the Conservatives were in power, controlled Parliament, they would appoint one chief science officer as the only person who is allowed to inform Parliament on any scientific decisions. This is a drastic limit of oversight and education of our politicians. Part 47, Regional Development, is all about more pipelines, Part 75 here, it's all about paying oil companies to clean up their own mess that they're already legally obligated to clean up. This is the Danielle Smith part. It also limits companies' liability if they fail to clean up their mess. Part 52 here is kind of more the same, but it classifies water as an energy source and says it wants to privatize the extraction and sale of energy resources. And just in case you think I'm reading between the lines too much, well, Part 59 explicitly says that they want to review Canada's water resources as they pertain to an exportation commodity. And remember, like we covered in the privatization video, they want it all privatized. Their parts here on offshore resource development is laughably bad. It literally says that we believe the government should consider the potential for these natural resources before designating them protected areas. And to capture the economic benefit, the Conservative Party believes the government should promote exploration and development of offshore resources. The fisheries part here is also a Schrodinger law, apparently. The Conservative Party encourages the government to work cooperatively with provinces and territories to put an emphasis on protecting and enhancing all stocks. This must be done in order to meet the needs of Canadians rather than reducing the harvesting and processing efforts of declining fisheries. They want to protect fish stocks by meeting the needs of Canadians instead of reducing our fishing. That's strange. Part 155 here, Marine Protected Areas. We support the protection of marine biodiversity through the creation of marine protected areas, where there are no renewable and non-renewable resource extractions. So if we can't make money off it, we'll protect it. But if we can make money off it, it's fair game. And finally, 149, agricultural principles. Agricultural policy must be developed only in consultation with the agricultural producer. That's it. No no environmental input, no scientific input. Only the producer gets to be consulted with what they allow for agricultural policy. The last line sums it up perfectly. Our farmers today are businesses, and to dictate policy which might have an adverse effect on this business community would have negative consequences and go against Conservative Party principles. In other words, their environmental policy is just fuck the environment, let's make money.